Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Central Bahamas for Cat Island, Exuma, Long Island, Rum Cay, and San Salvador. Exuma: Bethel Union Baptist Church, Ramsey; Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Farmers Hill; Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Barry Terry; Exuma Resource Center, Special Needs Shelter, Hoopers Bay; Forbes Hill Cultural Center in Forbes Hill; Gethsemane Baptist Church, Black Point; Mount Hermon Union Baptist Church, Mount Thompson; St. John's the Baptist Anglican Church, Mosstown; Aurelia Miller Comprehensive School, Black Point; St. Luke's Union Baptist Church, Black Point; the new Mount Olive Union Baptist Church, Hartswell; Mount Olivet Baptist Church, Staniel Key; Palestine Union Baptist Church, The Forest; St. Andrew's Community Center, Georgetown; St. Margaret's Anglican Church, Hart, Steventon; St. Mary's Magdalene Anglican Church, Williamstown; St. Teresa's Roman Catholic Church, Georgetown; St. Margaret Mission Baptist Church, Stewart Manor; Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Rollville.
At Centerville, I'm LaDawn Davis. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
We look forward to Wednesdays because it means another chance to make great memories with you. I'm Jiminita Swain, and this is What's Trending. Today's show is packed with plenty to sink your teeth into and a little inspiration to spark your next big idea. So let's get started. Here's what's coming up. Success is even sweeter when it's built together. Meet a Bahamian and Jamaican couple whose shared faith, Caribbean roots, and entrepreneurial spirit have helped them to build a legacy they'll one day pass on to their children. Also, she cooks our food, loves our culture, and may even know a little Bahamian slang too. We're chatting with a social media personality whose unexpected love for the Bahamas has captured the hearts of Bahamians everywhere. And that's not all. Sweet, spicy, smoky, and everything in between. We're celebrating Chicken Wing Day. Stick around as we taste, chat, and put our wing knowledge to the test. Don't go anywhere. There's more What's Trending on the other side of the break.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang.
Marco's Pizza. Marco's Pizza. Some never tasted so good. Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large 1-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal. 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza. Summer never tasted so good.
Oh, isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? Ah, you haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
Thanks for staying with us. Imagine finding the love of your life, building a family together, and creating a business that's transforming homes while inspiring others across the Caribbean.
Bahamian Footprints, presented by Coca-Cola.
Our next guests are proof that when two cultures, two dreams, and two hearts come together, something special can happen. She's proudly Bahamian, he's proudly Jamaican. Together, they've built Oak Plus Shades, a thriving custom window treatment company based in South Florida while staying true to their values that shape them. Welcome, Deshante and Adrian Clark, to What's Trending.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
It's so great to have you here with us. So Deshante, we're going to start with you. No matter where life takes us, there's always something about home that stays with us as a Bahamian. So what lessons from growing up here have shaped the woman you are today?
Yes, so growing up in the Bahamas, it definitely taught me the importance of faith, family, and hard work. As my mom was a single mother growing up back home, I'm from the Freeport, actually, Grand Bahama. We may come from like a small city, and coming abroad, it's big, very different, but we're raised to dream big while also staying humble. And as a Bahamian, we're naturally welcoming and resilient, and just having those core values staying with me while being in the United States. So no matter where life takes us, whether I'm raising my daughter or serving our clients with Oak Plus Shades, it's gonna be always leading with kindness, integrity, and excellence.
Well, I definitely like that. So we're going to bring Adrian into the discussion. So you were born and raised in Jamaica, but after marrying Deshante, you also became a part of a Bahamian family. So what's been your favorite thing about Bahamian culture?
One thing I can say is that with Bahamas being, I feel like it's more family-centric. So I know that, like, unlike Jamaica's just one island, the Bahamas is family island. So just seeing that family culture, just the way that everybody interacts with each other, even if it's friends. You see a lot of people that they call themselves sisters, even though they're not really blood sisters. But it's such a family core that I really enjoy it. I really love being a part of it.
That's great to hear. So we have to settle this once and for all. Jamaica and the Bahamas are known for great food. Which side wins in your house? We'll start with you, Deshante, and then Adrian, you can chime in and let us know.
Well, that's always a debate. Of course, I have to represent the Bahamas food. I'm just saying, crack count over some rice and beans.
Rice and peas.
Rice and peas. But yes, the guava duff. Yeah, the Jamaicans have some good food as well, like the curry chicken, but of course the Bahamian curry chicken is a little different. We cook it a little different. So I'm gonna, of course, go for the Bahamas food.
Boy, Adrian, ready to get on you. I see that little side eye. Adrian, what you have to say? What's going on?
I mean, there are goods on both sides. So of course, Jamaica has jerk chicken. We have the escovitch fish there, we have the festival, we have pretty much any type of food we can think of. But there's still some things that I've come across around the Bahamian side, like some chicken sauce, which I was never a fan of before, but all of a sudden, like, I enjoy it. So there's things in there.
So you've told us already your favorite Bahamian dish, but is there anything you still can't quite get used to eating as a Bahamian dish, Adrian?
Oh boy. So I am not a big fan of conch. It's something about the texture for me I can't do. So like the like conch salad, she loves it, but me, it was like, no, keep it away from me. I'm good.
I'm shocked, but I know Deshante said, well, just more for me then. So you've probably heard a few Bahamian sayings over the years. So what's one phrase Deshante says that made you stop and ask, Well, what does that even mean?
Oh, all right. When we first started dating, when she said the word baker, I'm like, baker? I'm like, somebody baking? Like, what are you talking about? But to come to find out, turns out that means the oven. So I had to start using the context clues as she was saying baker to understand what exactly you're talking about. There's that, and tingum is the other one. She describes someone and something that person is doing and going somewhere as tingum being used 3 straight times. So that's another one.
That sounds about right. So Deshante, does Adrian use Bahamian slang now, or should we say he still needs a little bit more training?
When he's ready, you would hear it a little bit come out, especially when he's around my family. You tend to hear what you saying. You tend to hear that a lot.
And also, every Caribbean island has its own personality. How have your Bahamian and Jamaican backgrounds blended together to create your own family culture?
I think we've taken the best from both cultures, honestly. Both our kids, we let them travel a lot to Freeport and Nassau, honestly, and Jamaica, so that they're able to learn both cultures. My daughter actually loves fish, and she wants it from Bahamas. She knows that it comes on a plane to our house, and she asks for it. So seeing stuff like that, it makes me so grateful to know that she knows Bahamian food and she's learning our culture. But beyond that, both of our cultures share similar values, hence me knowing he was the one for me in terms of like our faith and family and respect.
Awesome. So let's just bring Adrian in there if we could quickly, because our time is winding down. So Adrian, let me ask you, the Caribbean is known for resilience, hospitality, and community. Which of those values do you think has had the biggest impact on your life?
I'd probably say definitely 2 things are the hospitality and also the resilience as well. Because having the resilience to overcome anything, especially once you're coming into a situation 3 steps behind, just having that resilience to overcome any obstacle that comes in front of you. And of course, the hospitality, just because you treat others with respect, you earn respect as well.
That's definitely true. So Deshante and Adrian, thank you so much for spending time with us this evening. It's definitely been a pleasure. And of course, your story is a beautiful reminder that no matter where life takes you, your roots can remain your greatest strength. So thanks again.
Thank you so much for having us.
When we come back, we're headed to Scotland for a very special reason. Trust me, this is a story you'll want to stick around for.
Sunsea, good friends.
And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
And my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
After the second week of the Nassau Goombay Summer Festival, Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, called on everyone throughout the Bahamas to enjoy this festive celebration of all things Bahamian.
This is an indigenous celebration of all that we are as Bahamians. This is like a homecoming in Nassau. And I've been here for about an hour. The music, the rhythms, the food, the fun, the audience participating in a real way. And we have several visitors here from, I guess, different parts of the world who are out here tonight. But there are a lot of Bahamians. This is a really wonderful outing. I see a lot of children. They have a children's corner for the children. But the food, and it's just a wonderful event for people to come on a Saturday or Friday evening. It's Friday evening tonight to enjoy themselves. Really a wonderful event. And Goombay Festival is happening not just in Nassau, but it's happening in Grand Bahama, in Exuma, in Long Island, in Eleuthera, it's in Bimini, it's all over the nation. We are having a celebration of who we are and what we are as a Bahamian people. And here in Nassau, it's probably going to be the signature event where we have out here hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people already, and it's not quite sunset yet. And it's really, tonight is going to be epic. I want to invite everyone, wherever you are positioned or stationed in the nation, go out to your Goombay Festival. You will not regret it. When that music hits you and you feel that in your spirit, your energy, you can feel 10 years younger.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
We all know Bahamians love the Bahamas, and honestly, can you blame us? From our crystal clear waters and incredible food to our rich culture and warm people, there's a reason millions dream of visiting our islands. But every once in a while, someone from outside our shores falls in love with the Bahamas in a way that surprises even us. Whether she's whipping up Bahamian dishes in her kitchen or proudly cheering on Team Bahamas from halfway across the world, Heather Graham, better known to her thousands of followers as Incredible Walk, has become one of the Bahamas' biggest fans. So tonight, we're finding out how it all started. Heather, welcome to What's Trending.
Hello.
Hi. So it's great to chat with you this evening. I think every Bahamian watching wants to know the answer to one question. How did a woman from Scotland end up becoming one of the Bahamas' biggest cheerleaders, and where did this love story begin?
So I started off with a personal challenge to cook a meal from every country around the world and post that on social media. I landed on the Bahamas eventually, and my account just blew up. The response was huge. And then everyone in the comments just started asking me to cook other dishes and giving me recommendations, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Wow. So your followers absolutely love watching you cook Bahamian food. Be honest. What was the very first Bahamian dish you saw and made you think, I need to learn how to make this?
Well, the very first Bahamian dish that I ever made was chicken sauce and Johnny cake.
Okay.
It just looked so wholesome and just such a nice sort of like family orientated meal. So I tried to make that. A bonus that it was easy enough to get my hands on the ingredients here in Scotland, because that's been a bit of a challenge. So I took it from there and it was amazing.
Wow. So you've tackled quite a few Bahamian favorites. Which one had you saying, okay, this is harder than I expected, and which one has become your go-to recipe?
So my go-to recipe's been fire engine. That's a family favourite. It's just it's so simple, but yet like so full of flavour. And again, it's easy to get your hands on the ingredients, so we make that quite often in our house. Other things have been quite a bit of a challenge, just because we don't have the same produce here in Scotland, we don't have the same fish in our waters, we don't have the same fruits and vegetables. That's been quite hard. One of the toughest ones that I made, I tried to make a duff. I couldn't get my hands on guava, unfortunately, because it just doesn't grow here in Scotland, but I made an interpretation of it with mango, and yeah, it's like a cooking method that I've never used before, you know, like wrapping it up in tin foil and boiling it in water, so that was quite hard. Plus, I don't really make desserts very often, so that was a challenge in itself too.
And I have to ask, because you touched on it a few moments ago, have you mastered making Johnny cake yet, or is it still giving you trouble?
No, I've made it. I must have made it about like 5 or 6 times now. So I don't know if it's just been by chance, because I'm not actually like following recipes as such. I'm kind of doing a bit of guesswork, but it's just seems to have worked out in my favour. At least I don't know. Nobody's tasted my food yet to actually test if it's authentic or not, but it tastes good to me.
Okay, well, that's important. So now we Bahamians take our food very seriously. So let's settle a few debates. Conch salad or crack conch?
Oh, conch salad, for sure. Obviously, I've never tried it, but it's one of the first things that I'll be trying as soon as I step foot in the Bahamas.
Love it.
Cold collect and a conch salad.
I mean, you ready. So stew fish or boiled fish?
Oh, stew fish.
And sky juice or switcher?
Or sky juice. I've made that at home as well.
Oh, I mean, you up on everything. So one moment that really caught people's attention was seeing you support Team Bahamas at the Commonwealth Games. That wasn't something you had to do. So what inspired you to proudly cheer for the Bahamas?
It just felt like the right thing to do. I had a message from the swim team asking if there was an opportunity to meet up with them, and of course we made arrangements to do that, but I didn't just want to meet up with them in a casual way. You can't do that and not actually support their team. So I bought some tickets to go see them swim. The team did amazing. It was just so nice to catch up with them. They were just so lovely, warm and welcoming. We swapped some gifts, so I gave them some like Scottish treats, like our drinks and snacks and chocolate, and then they did the same for me, and I've been trying some bits and bobs out since I opened up the parcel, so it's been really nice.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So you've spent enough time around Bahamians now. So tell us the truth. Have you picked up any Bahamian slang?
So some of the friends that I've made online have been challenging me to say some of these words on video. Hopefully I can do it justice, but my favourite's mudasick.
Mudasick. And now I heard you making a quip when you were making the conch fritters, I think it was. You said there's no conch, but there's a conky Joe or something like that. I was like, you've really been following up on Bahamians. So can you give us your can you give us your best Bahamian saying that you've heard?
I'm trying to think. I like that you call your mongrel dogs pot cakes. We've started calling our dogs pot cakes as well. Just like that's so fun.
Well, Heather, it's been such a pleasure having you with us this evening. Thank you for celebrating our country so proudly and for sharing that love with the world. So thanks again. So when we come back, we're taking on the great wing debate, team flats or team drumettes. You might not agree with the winner.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Today is Chicken Wing Day, and we put out the call to celebrate. Let's just say our inbox filled up fast. So many businesses wanted to show off their best wings, and we love the enthusiasm. But when it came time to choose, we went with two brands we know our viewers already love for big flavor, great quality, and consistently delivering the goods: Popeyes Bahamas and Marco's Pizza. So today we're putting their wings to the test, and of course I couldn't do this alone. When there's good food involved, there's always one person I could call. Welcome back to What's Trending, Swanson.
Thank you for having me, Jimmy.
Yes.
You're absolutely right in terms of one person. I don't know if you saw last week with Tropical and the mango sorbet.
I know you was running out, but anyway, it's nice to have you back here with us. So before we start eating, let's settle one of the biggest food debates. Are you team flats or are you team drummets?
I like both, but I'm a little bit more towards the flatter side. I don't know about just like the make and the texture of it, but it just makes life a little bit more complete. Yeah. I like to indulge in that.
Interesting choice. Personally, I'm team flats as well, so that works out.
What would be your determining factor for that?
How dry it's fried, you know? Yeah. So, chicken wings actually became famous in Buffalo, New York. Did you know that? Before turning it into one of the most popular foods around the world?
I didn't know that, actually.
Oh, you sound really like a wing
connoisseur. Wing connoisseur.
All right, so enough talking. Let's see what our friends at Popeyes Bahamas and Marco's Pizza brought for us today. They both have their own take on wings, so this should be fun.
Okay.
Where you start?
Ladies first. Boy,
so you look like you want me to go with
This is lemon pepper over here.
Just looking a little spicy, but it looks good.
Try one of these as well. This is the mango, right? This is drum trial. This is good.
It's nice and crunchy, and it's good.
It's the right balance of sweet and savory. Like you said, the crunchy aspect.
Yes.
Not too moist, but
I like it.
Gets the job done. And that's Popeyes on the outside, Marco's on the inside.
There you go. So we go to Marco's next?
That's flour.
All right, let's see.
Barbecue. I want to get a flat.
See, the two of us attacking the
toast.
Go on then.
That's good, though. And this
that's good.
Straight up barbecue?
Yeah.
It's solid. I like it.
All right.
Same as that. Like I said, all those Marco's, like the right amount of moisture and, you know.
These two got their things together. So let's see how well we know each other. So we're going to go to some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Hot and spicy or sweet and tangy?
Hot and spicy.
All right. Blue cheese or jalapeno ranch?
I'd say blue cheese.
Okay.
What would you go with?
I think jalapeno ranch.
Okay.
All right. So do you eat one wing at a time or grab two when nobody's looking?
One at a time. I don't want to choke on anything. No.
What's the first thing you reach for after spicy wings? Water or soft drink?
Water. I would say doing so is a bad idea, whether it's
it adds to the heat.
Recipe for disaster.
So if you could create your own wing flavor, what would it be called?
Wow. Put me in a spot. I have no idea.
I think my wing flavor done gone is sweetie.
Then you can't take that. That's Popeyes pasta. It's not original, so you can't do that.
It's gone already. It's there.
If I had to make one, I don't have a name for it, but in terms of a taste, I would maybe try to incorporate some Bahamian fusion with it. I don't know, something similar to like what we use for like the grouper.
All right, we get that. So, well, I think you definitely passed the wing test. A huge thank you to our friends at Popeyes Bahamas and Marco's Pizza for helping us celebrate Chicken Wing Day. Today we enjoyed the sweet chili, honey barbecue, and signature hot wings from Popeyes. They've also expanded their menu with new dry rub flavors: ghost pepper, lemon pepper, garlic parmesan, and buffalo. And coming soon, Bahama Heat Wings.
Marco's Pizza brought their oven-baked barbecue chicken and mango habanero wings, finished with their signature sauces for extra flavor. They also offer Jamaican jerk, buffalo, spicy barbecue, sweet chili, and plain, plus ranch, jalapeno ranch, and blue cheese dipping sauces at any of their 7 locations. Whether you like your wings crispy or oven-baked, both have something to satisfy your craving. You can find Popeyes at their 5 locations. And don't forget their pop-in deal every Monday and Wednesday. 3 pieces of chicken and any side for just $7.50 for their 5-piece signature deal, available daily for just $10.
Once again, thank you to Popeyes Bahamas and Marco's Pizza for making our Chicken Wing Day celebration so delicious. And Swanson, something tells me you will be heading back for more very soon.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to indulge in this right now before break.
From celebrating a day filled with great food and community, we're now turning our attention to another reason to celebrate academic excellence. Every achievement begins with a dream, but it's hard work that turns those dreams into reality. We salute the valedictorians and salutatorians from R.M. Bailey Senior High School and Doris Johnson Senior High School, young Bahamians whose commitment to excellence has paid off. Take a look.
Congratulations to the class of 2026 valedictorian and salutatorian. Your hard work, dedication, and perseverance have earned you this outstanding achievement. As you begin this exciting new chapter, may your future be filled with continued success and limitless opportunities. Our sponsors salute academic excellence and proudly join in celebrating your remarkable achievement.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand. The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
On Thursday's show, we're putting your health first. From understanding chronic conditions to making healthier everyday choices, we'll share expert advice to help you take charge of your well-being. And that's a wrap for What's Trending. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Until then, stay connected.
Is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Bahamian seafood exporters brace for the impact of a new U.S. tariff. Plus, the Energy Minister extends condolences following the death of a BPL employee. And Western Air launches a new route linking Grand Bahama and Bimini.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, Bahamian seafood exporters are preparing for the impact of a new U.S. tariff and what it could mean for the industry. Government officials renew calls for worker safety. The United States has imposed a new 12.5% tariff on exports from the Bahamas, citing what it describes as the country's failure to impose and effectively enforce a prohibition on the importation of goods produced with forced labor. The measure, ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump, places the Bahamas among dozens of countries now subject to the higher duty. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says the government is assessing the potential impact of the new tariff, particularly on the country's seafood export industry.
The immediate impact is said to be on the $70 million or so of crawfish that we export to the United States. This will make our crawfish more expensive, and the economic model suggests that it will lessen demand. Concurrently, and ironically, since it was designed to help the U.S. economy, it will make goods more expensive for U.S. customers.
For more than 30 years, GNL Seafood has been processing and exporting Bahamian seafood to international markets. But company representative Reverend Kenneth Lewis says the latest tariff increase came as a surprise, given the long-standing relationship between the Bahamas and the United States.
Bahamians travel to the United States on a consistent basis to shop, to go on vacation, and the Bahamians have supported South Florida in particular.
The new 12.5% tariff follows a recent 10% duty imposed last year over concerns surrounding forced labor regulations. Lewis says that initial tariff already affected operations, and the additional duty now creates another challenge for exporters.
It has had a negative impact because our buyers in South Florida passed the 10% tariff on to us, and we are almost powerless to do anything about it. And we couldn't pass that increase on to our buyers, our fishermen, the local fishermen, because they're accustomed to us paying a certain amount.
The seafood processor says the company is now examining how it will absorb the additional duty, while hoping the government can help ease the impact by reducing other costs facing the industry. Meanwhile, Mitchell says the government continues to engage U.S. officials, maintaining that the decision should be reconsidered.
Our officials during the negotiations pointed out that close to 100% of our goods are imported from the U.S., so the question must be asked, where is the forced labor? Secondly, a law was just passed by the Parliament specifically addressing the issue. Thirdly, our Constitution decries involuntary servitude in our former slave-based society. The decision, in our view, by the U.S. should be revisited.
The Bahamas Power and Light Company has confirmed the death of one of its employees following an electrical incident in Grand Key, Abaco. The company says investigations into the circumstances surrounding the incident are underway. The employee's identity is being withheld out of respect for the family until all appropriate notifications have been made. However, police have identified the victim as a 35-year-old man. BPL says it is committed to providing the necessary support to affected employees and will share additional information at the appropriate time. Meanwhile, Minister of Energy, Utilities and Aviation, the Honorable Jobette Colby Davis, is extending her deepest condolences to the employees' family, loved ones, and the wider BPL team. In a press release, the minister says she remains deeply grateful to BPL teams for their continued dedication to restoring electricity for consumers. She says BPL's Chief Executive Officer, Tony Pratt, intends to lead a delegation to Abaco to meet with local staff and provide support as police investigations continue. The minister says the tragedy serves as a reminder that the safety and security of BPL employees must remain the highest priority. She also says she will contact the employee's family and is urging BPL's executive leadership to ensure affected employees receive the necessary emotional support as soon as possible. Meantime, Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority officials say they are actively working to address power concerns on Abaco. They say the government's acquisition of the Grand Bahama Power Company could also help tackle long-standing street lighting issues on Grand Bahama. Our Yolanda Thompson-Everest has the details.
For residents, a power outage can mean more than just losing electricity. It can also create a safety hazard for motorists as street lights go dark. The issue of street lighting in Grand Bahama, IRCA's Corporate and Consumer Relations Manager Juan McCartney says the government's ownership of the Grand Bahama Power Company presents an opportunity to engage a utility provider, get answers, and address resident concerns. Meanwhile, in Abaco, McCartney says IRCA continues to work with BPL on the challenges affecting street lighting and other related power issues.
Government is responsible for street lighting in conjunction with BPL and other places, and so what I can do now that you've raised that concern is I will speak to Grand Bahama Power Company and see if I can get some sort of answers on that for you. We're working with BPL. It's a very complex task to work with BPL because they have many challenges. Generation would be a challenge on Abaco as well as infrastructure, and even 7 years after Dorian there are still some issues there. And of course Abaco has well over a dozen different sort of power generation facilities in the Abacos, and they also have a private company which is Baker's Bay Utility Company.
He says resolving the ongoing challenges in the Northern Islands will require additional resources to improve service and reliability.
community.
In terms of power reliability on Abaco, there are generation assets involved, there are infrastructural assets involved, there are assets in terms of needing proper wires for connectivity, there are issues with people hitting lamp poles, there are issues with boats going over cables.
The Consumer Relations Manager says IRCA has heard the growing frustration and repeated pleas from Abaco residents, acknowledging the toll the ongoing power challenges have taken on the community.
It's a very complex set of issues in Abaco that we're working to address, but we have heard the concerns of the people of Abaco very loudly and very clearly, and it's something we're actively working with BPL on.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, from energy to public safety, a Grand Bahama man is calling on dog owners to take greater responsibility after he was attacked by a dog while running along Coral Beach several weeks ago. His appeal comes in the wake of a recent dog attack in Bimini that left a 9-year-old American boy seriously injured. The details in this report.
On your screen are photos taken by Grand Bahama resident Sam Belmar after he says he was attacked by a dog while running along Coral Beach 3 weeks ago. Belmar says the animal bit him, leaving him with injuries that required medical treatment.
The dog ran up from behind me and actually bit my leg and got a good chunk of me. I ended up getting 10 stitches as a result of it.
Belmar believes the dog was with an owner who was walking 2 dogs in the area, but says one of them was off its leash when the attack occurred.
The dog saw me. I was running. I didn't even notice it till it was up on me. I was running away from it or running back east, and it just ran up behind me and just bit me in the leg and left a pretty big wound. So the owner ran up and I told him what happened, and he said he was going to go put the dogs up and come back and give me help. And then I waited for a while and he just never came back. So I kind of had to limp back to where I came from.
The incident has taken a new significance following the recent dog attack in Bimini that left a 9-year-old boy seriously injured after he was reportedly mauled by a pack of dogs. Belmar says he hopes his experience serves as a reminder to pet owners about the importance of keeping their animals under control.
So my heart goes out to the little boy and his family. Like, it sounds like he had a much more severe outcome, and so I don't want to have my incident even remotely compared to what occurred to him, because I can't even imagine what he had to go through and what his family's going through now, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Belmar says he reported the incident to police but claims the dog's owner has yet to be identified. He describes the man as being in his mid-30s and says he was walking 2 dogs. Belmar is now appealing to anyone with information to come forward.
It's still pending. I still check in with the Port Lucaya Police Department pretty frequently to see if there's any updates.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Thanks, Ramiko. Meanwhile, in response to the recent dog attacks in the north, police on Grand Bahama held a press conference this afternoon, issuing a strong warning to pet owners about the legal consequences of failing to properly secure their animals. Our Shalia Jones has more details in this report.
Owners of dogs should be always responsible for their dog. That dog should always be fully in your control once a dog is outside of a secured area.
The attack happened yesterday on Bimini and left a child with serious injuries. Following the incident, police held a press conference to remind the public of their responsibility as pet owners. Officers say many of these incidents can be prevented. They're urging residents to take simple steps to secure their dogs and practice good pet owner responsibility.
To ensure that you have proper fencing that covers the perimeter of your yard, inspect it daily, to ensure that there's no way for the animal to escape, ensure that you have good locking so that you can secure the animal. If you intend to take your animal out into public areas, which could be parks, the beach, the streets, to ensure that you have the dog or animal on a leash or harness, you are to have your animal vaccinated. Have your animal vaccinated and properly licensed.
Police are making it clear that owners will be held liable, noting that charges vary depending on the circumstances of each attack. With incidents like these on the rise, officers are also sharing safety tips for the public.
You try never to pull once a dog would latch onto you. It creates and it makes the problem a bit more difficult and worse than it could be. We also usually advise persons that's walking through neighborhoods and that's walking in the morning, that you do carry a stick or something that you can keep along with you in case a dog does attack you. There's also a sore spot that a dog has, which is in the throat. Also pulling on the ears. But definitely the throat is definitely recommended. If you can get there, that would definitely help.
And for parents, officers stress no measure is too great when protecting small children.
I would advise whoever is with that child or anyone that's around, you may be able to pick up a rock, you may be able to pick up a stick, something that can assist with getting the child away from the dog and trying to keep your distance as much as possible and never turn your back on the dog at no point in time. Even it means the dog life be taken away to save your life, we recommend it highly.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Charlia Jones.
Bahama are investigating the alleged sexual assault of a 39-year-old woman in West End. Police say around 11 p.m. on Tuesday, July 28th, the woman reported that while at a friend's home, her friend's boyfriend allegedly attempted to engage in non-consensual sexual activity with her. Police say the woman fought off the suspect, who then fled the scene. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. In other news, air service between Grand Bahama and Bimini is set to take off once again. Western Air has announced a new twice-weekly route linking the two islands, restoring direct service following the suspension of Flamingo Air operations after the tragic Independence Day plane crash. Abashalia Roll spoke with Western Air's Chief Executive Officer, Shirexia Roll, about the new service.
Western Air will now be offering direct flight service between Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Bimini.
Air travel between Grand Bahama and Bimini is set to resume as Western Air introduces a new service between the two islands. The announcement comes just weeks after the Bahamas Civil Aviation Authority suspended Flamingo's air operator certificate following the tragic Independence Day plane crash in Andros that claimed the lives of all 10 people on board. Following consultations with stakeholders, Western Air has confirmed the new service will begin on August 3rd.
The new service will operate twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, beginning next Monday, which is August 3rd, 2026.
Travelers have voiced concerns about the lack of direct air service between Grand Bahama and Bimini following the suspension of Flamingo Air's operation. Western Air Chief Executive Officer Shirexia Roll says the new route will operate twice weekly, providing a direct air link between the two northern islands.
There are a few ways to travel between the islands. We do recognize that options are a bit limited currently, and we wanted to create an alternative that allows people to travel directly between the islands, at least on a weekly basis.
While she did not confirm the fare, Roll says fuel costs outside the airline's existing agreements are a factor in determining pricing. However, she says passengers can still expect the new services to be more reasonable than having to connect through Nassau. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shirley Earl.
Well, the Member of Parliament for Bimini and the Berry Islands is welcoming Western Air's new scheduled service between Grand Bahama and Bimini. Randy Roll says he held discussions with Western Air officials about the route's potential and believes the new service is a win for the people of both islands.
After weeks of speaking with Western Air back and forth, I'm happy to learn of the new scheduled flights between Grand Bahama and Bimini. It is indeed a win for the people of Bimini and Grand Bahama. And so I'm grateful for the leadership of Western Air, for their support during this period, and for their understanding. You know, it was a little battle back and forth as to which days would actually work, but I think this is a good start, and they're going to monitor it, and if adjustments need to be made, they will be. So again, on behalf of the people of Bimini, I'm very grateful.
And still to come.
A new Citrus City partnership is opening the door to future opportunities for Grand Bahama. We'll have that story, sports, and more when we return.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
The wait is over, and Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has 12,000 BTU mini split unit back in stock. Inverters and non-inverters. Sales starts July 31st while supplies last. Give them a call today at 602-5467 or visit them at Milton Street in Freeport. It's Third Dimension Summer Sale Friday, July 31st and Saturday, August 1st. Save 20% off store-wide and up to 35% off selected tiles. Visit Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street or shop online at thirddimension242.com.
You know that it's been the 8 o'clock hour. That means it's time for the morning run mix. Better known as PJ alongside DJ Future, right? Call me up right now.
DJ Future is what your mom lost it. I'm on your run this morning. Keep it coming, override, override.
I got you.
The morning run mix with DJ Future. Power 104.5 FM.
This is where it happens. Those moments that impact our lives. Giving you the information that you need this hurricane season. Wherever there is news, we're there.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. A new partnership between the Freeport City Council and the City of Riviera Beach, Florida, is creating new opportunities for Grand Bahama. Mayor Douglas Lawson says the collaboration began earlier this year, and he's excited to finally visit the island. Meanwhile, Chief Councilor Kendall Culmer of the Freeport City Council says partnerships like this are key to Grand Bahama's growth and development.
We're also looking to do a trades mission to bringing businesses over to the Bahamas and bringing Bahamians over to Florida to work with both countries, to work on establishing import-export, to work on just fellowship, shipping, businesses, and corporation, and one city, one community, and one network of people.
On the second trip that we're hoping that'll be before the year is out, is when they'll be bringing their Chamber of Commerce over here to meet our Chamber of Commerce, to meet the key stakeholders in Grand Bahama, being the Port Authority, the Office of the Prime Minister, to see how the sister cities can actually work together and try to get some economic movement between the two cities.
The visit was organized around a hurricane preparedness workshop hosted by Tropical Shipping. Assistant Commissioner of Police Edvardo Dames also on hand to discuss collaboration, crime prevention initiatives, and potential donations to support community policing and youth programs through urban renewal.
So that's what I want to do in Freeport, work with your government, work with the chief of police, work with the community to figure out what they need as far as school supplies, backtrack drives, training. We just talked about musical instruments, so things of that nature. So we open to everything what the chief wants.
We look forward to the help. It's always appreciated when community partners come together to aid for the betterment and the upliftment of their communities.
Well, as families continue to enjoy beaches, pools, and other water activities during the summer, safety remains a top priority. Licensed swim coach Taryn Smith says proper supervision, water awareness, and early swimming lessons can go a long way in preventing accidents.
supervision is highly important, and it can save lives. Making sure that you have one person who's designated to watch the water and nothing else. So we want to make sure that if you're in the water with a child, that your ratio is no more than 1 adult to 2 children. Other than that, it becomes unsafe because you can't watch all 5 of those kids by yourself, or even 3 kids.
Smith says water safety education should be available to everyone, including children with special needs. Through the Life Aquatics Learn to Swim summer camp, participants are given the opportunity to build confidence in the water while learning life-saving skills. Parents say the program is making a positive difference.
Water safety is so important for children. You could be a parent and a helicopter parent. However, you can't hold on to them 24/7, and so when they're out and about, if they have to be 10 feet away from you, you still want to know that they have survival skills. And for me, I have a special needs child, and so my daughter has been able to enhance what she learns, and so she has a disability, but she's able to swim. She's able to stay on top of the water now. She's able to float.
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Cleopatra Cooper. We thank you so much for your support. And that's a look at stories making news. Matthew, what's happening in sports?
We have a couple of hometown girls putting the spotlight on the island as they go and they shine in their respective disciplines.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Matthew. Well, don't go away. Sports comes your way next, right after the break.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Your countertops are one of the hardest working surfaces in your home. And with a little care, they can stay looking beautiful for years. A simple daily wipe down using a soft cloth and mild soap is usually all you need. Avoid harsh chemicals and abrasive scrubbers, as they can dull or damage the finish over time. It's also a good idea to use cotton boards and trivets whenever possible to help protect the surface from scratches and excessive heat. Quality products deserve quality care. Conrad, Bahamas.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does
it better. See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167, or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
Celebrate Variety Vault first anniversary on Saturday, August 1st. Enjoy 25% off store-wide refreshments and incredible savings on bags, Crocs, toys, household items, and more. Visit number 12 Arcade Building, downtown Freeport, next to H&L Bookstore.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Welcome everyone to your Wednesday edition of the ZNS Sports Cave. I'm Matthew Martinborough. Coming at you on the pitch, the Bahamas Under-15 national girls team took on the Turks and Caicos Islands in the 2026 Goombay Cup. And one player was the sole selection from Grand Bahama, Cherise Saint. Here's Saint on the experience to represent the country.
I had fun with the girls. Everybody was really nice. The games were really fun. It was almost like you was in the World Cup. Being the only person selected from Freeport, Grand Bahama meant a lot to me. It was a really fun experience. I really enjoyed it. The girls were really nice. Everybody was really friendly. Everybody was supportive. The team was it was a really good experience.
Saints longtime coach Mary Knowles says she is extremely proud of her former pupil, whom she affectionately calls Treasure.
We're very proud of her and how she stuck it out. You know, she was down there for 3 weeks training. That's not easy, being away from her family at such a young age. And so we're extremely proud of Treasure, and we only see good things happening for her in the future.
Shifting from the field to the hardwood, Grand Bahama Basketball Association's Corporate League matchups are one to keep an eye out on for tonight. Celebration Key will be taking on the Ministry of Grand Bahama first on the slate, followed by Buckeye against Little Boat. And last but not least, Cantina Port will be taking on the Grand Bahama Power Company. Alley-ooping over to overseas hoops, fresh off her All-Star Game MVP performance, Jonquel Jones is still delivering wins for the New York Liberty. In their Tuesday night 113-109 win versus the LA Sparks, Jonquel put up a respectable 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists with a steal and a block just for a cherry on top of 24 minutes of play. The Liberty will be going head-to-head against the Las Vegas Aces in the Sin City on Thursday night. Tip-off is at 10 p.m. And that'll do it for this edition of the ZNS Sports Cave. I'm Matthew Martinborough, and I'll see you on the sideline.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis.
I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, promising news on the healthcare front as the government finds a way to make it more affordable. Meantime, hear why tackling obesity is more than just willpower. And the United States renews its travel advisory to the Bahamas. Tune in to hear lingering concerns. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. It's a multi-million-dollar purchase designed to not only improve the delivery of health care in the country, but give the public options. As we hear in this report tonight from our Cleopatra Murphy, the government's now one step closer to opening those doors.
Being touted as a major expansion of public health care in the country, on Wednesday, officials from the Ministry of Health and Wellness and Inline Project Company signed on the dotted line to mark the official handover of the Public Hospitals Authority's Harborside facility. Government purchased the property from Doctors Hospital for $29 million. That Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, says will bridge the gap between costly private and transitional public care, giving Bahamians an affordable, high-quality option to maintain their health.
We intend to put in place state-of-the-art diagnostics, a lab, and to renovate this facility to decompress many of the challenges we currently face at the Princess Margaret Hospital with our new urgent care facility, and most of that renovation will begin probably earliest next week.
The expected cost of the renovations for urgent care is $215,000. Once operational, the facility will house 46 private beds, diagnostic services and labs, urgent outpatient and ambulatory care, and emergency dialysis. PHA Chairman Andrew Edwards assures the facility is a one-stop shop that will also create revenue.
95% plus of the PHA budget comes from the public treasury. We are competing every day with education, with all of the roads, the infrastructure, every other social service that the government provides, government salaries, etc. And the PHA really needs to find new and unique ways to generate revenue. The model that we have is not sustainable, and we see the results of it every day.
President of Doctors Hospital, Dr. Charles Digges, says the transfer of the facility to the PHA speaks to an ongoing partnership with government.
Now that the PHA has removed this significant asset from us, I must say painfully, the pain was muted, of course, by the payment for it. But there are many more opportunities and initiatives in the future.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, 95% of the issues that led to a recent protest by nurses outside the Ministry of Health several weeks ago have been resolved. That according to Health and Wellness Minister, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, who thanks the Public Service and Public Service Commission for moving quickly to address their concerns, among them reclassifications.
The nurses who have received appointments, reclassifications, will be contacted by the HR department at the Ministry of Health and Wellness. I'm glad it's behind us. One of my mandates in this term in office to improve human resources issues at the Ministry of Health, and that is ongoing as we speak. We are about to bring in additional manpower resources. We're going to work very closely with Oracle, the new system for monitoring, and many of the outstanding cases, they have been mandated to address them in a timely fashion.
Meantime, a family gets an apology following a victory in a medical malpractice case. And this after a witness on behalf of the Princess Margaret Hospital also suggested an infant's death was the result of an undetected congenital heart condition. Cleopatra Murphy has that story.
First of all, I send condolences to the family and for the loss of a loved one.
Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, is apologizing to the family of Elizabeth Lundy after the Supreme Court found the Princess Margaret Hospital and obstetrician Dr. Agatha Folks-Mackey negligent in the death of the newborn. Acting Supreme Court Justice Reynard Rigby Casey ruled that hospital staff failed to monitor the child's pregnant mother for a critical 27 minutes on August 2, 2022, before doctors decided to conduct an emergency cesarean section. He notes, I find, therefore, on the balance of probabilities, that the failure to monitor the mother and baby in the period between 4:10 a.m. and 4:37 a.m. was negligent, and the defendants fell below the standard of care. Dr. Darville believes it is something to learn from in the effort to improve care.
Not only in the antenatal area, but also through the entire hospital. So it's unfortunate. It's a learning experience, not only for the PHA, for the clinicians that were involved and the associate medical staff. And once again, I'm sure that the family is satisfied with the ruling. And we need to make sure things like this do not happen at our hospitals. And once they do happen, for us to be completely transparent in the process.
Justice Rigby determined the cause of death for the baby, who died a little more than 2 hours after she was born, was perinatal asphyxia or oxygen deprivation. The court determined that there was no unreasonable delay in Dr. Azaria Clare and Dr. Folks-Mackey's decision to perform and conduct the C-section before Elizabeth was delivered at 5:20 a.m., but suggested a heart rate deceleration before the surgery showed the baby in fetal distress. While the mother, Widleen Guillaume, filed a $10,950 claim for damages and other expenses, Justice Rigby ordered damages be assessed by the Supreme Court Registrar and directed the defendants to pay Guillaume's legal cost if the parties cannot agree on a figure. PHA Managing Director Aubenet Roll confirms there are no plans to appeal.
That is not something that the PHA does, and as an attorney myself, there's no need to go back to, one, frustrate the court, and two, to relive this matter with family members.
The PHA executive also offered condolences, adding the focus is now on assuring there are no recurrences.
It moves us in the direction to ensure that our policies, procedures are adhered to, and also, if they are not, to move up to the level of standard, as well as to ensure that staff are educated.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, the Public Hospitals Authorities began mitigation strategies after a severe thunderstorm led to flooding at PMH's Accident and Emergency Department just this past Sunday. Officials at the time explained the water was not from the roof. PHA Managing Director Dr. Arbonette Roll says they've met with the project teams and Veritas Construction as they look at costing to secure a roll-down door.
That helps us on 3 levels. One, to mitigate the water, the extent of water coming through, because remember now, we're at that peak where there is a what you call a little hill that comes down, so the water comes down to the trough, and in there, we saw no blockage in our drainage system, but we may have to put some additional drains there. But we are moving to get a costing for a roll-down door as well, and so we will seek to have all of those approval by the incoming board. Secondly, the door not only protects us from water entry, but in the event, because we sit in the hurricane basin, we have the ability to close that down to avoid the impact because there's glass there.
Roll says it will also help to prevent individuals from bombarding the facility and invading patients' privacy.
That allows us now to keep the doors closed, and that will be controlled by the ambulance persons to be able to enter and close and provide privacy to persons utilizing those services. So those are some of the mitigation strategies, and even though we cannot tell when there may be high tide or extraordinary water, because it's all on Dowsville Street and other businesses, the PHA is moving to those mitigations.
While still talking health tonight, for years, the advice for losing weight has often been simple: eat healthier and exercise more. But with obesity rates continuing to rise, health officials say that approach alone may not be enough for everyone. In this next report, a former health minister argues that medications like GLP-1, drugs not viewed as a shortcut, but rather another tool in treating a complex medical condition. Leah Cooper has that story.
The conversation around weight loss has changed dramatically with the rise of GLP-1 medications, but as drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy gain popularity, so too has the criticism that using medication is an easier way out. Veteran cardiologist Dr. Dwayne Sands maintains that view misunderstands the complexity of obesity and the challenges many Bahamians face.
So for people that are obese with a BMI greater than 30, or for people that are overweight and have a complication like diabetes, heart disease, or hypertension, it turns out that these drugs, this class of drugs, and I'm not talking about just a particular brand, but they not only help people to lose weight, but they reduce the risk of kidney failure, they reduce the risk of heart disease, and a number of other good things.
According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, more than 70% of adults in the Bahamas are overweight, with 43.6% classified as obese. Adolescent obesity also remains a concern at 21%. Dr. Sands insists obesity is not simply a matter of willpower.
Many people have been on every diet known to man trying to lose weight. If they have something that can help, even if it involves an injection, and some of the GLP-1 agonists now come in tablet form, but for many people, they get an opportunity to get their life back.
While patients have raised concerns about possible side effects, Dr. Sands says the most common issues include nausea, abdominal pain, constipation, and diarrhea, while other claimed effects including rare cases of hair loss and tooth loss.
They share in Instagram messages and YouTube videos, etc. But the incidence of those side effects is few and far between. And you look at the benefit of moving your weight by 15 or 20%, and then you compare it to the risk of any of these side effects. And I haven't seen any of those that you just described, ever.
Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville recently indicated that the government remains committed to making GLP-1 medications available through national health insurance for eligible patients with chronic diseases. But a start date has not been announced. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, thanks, Leah. Coming up, find out what's being done to address the growing concern of vicious dog attacks. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report, there's more news in a moment.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Long summer, hot sun, people coming over, and nobody feeling like cooking. This summer, wait for the sign. Presenting KFC Summer Bucket, the official meal of the summer.
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
On July 30th, we celebrate something simple, loving our neighbor. It's the smile you share, the meal you give, the hand you lend. Kindness doesn't need permission, it just needs a moment. Across our islands and beyond, let's make compassion visible. See the need, show the love. Join the movement. Do one act of kindness today.
50 years of nation building, see the legacy we trust. Oh, the water is our lifeline, and the future flows through us. From the pine barrens to the ocean, in the sun and in the dust, we are building for tomorrow, and the future flows through us. Yeah, yeah. Yes, the future flows through us.
The Water and Sewage Corporation, celebrating 50 years of nation building.
You're looking at a shot there of an evening catamaran cruise aboard the Seahorse just off our Waikiki, and that shot courtesy of our friend Kyson Miller. Welcome back. A proposed 25-slip waterfront projects fueling serious concerns from residents and business owners in the surrounding areas. If all goes as planned, the Blue Key Marina will be built on about 2 acres of government-leased land immediately west of McKinsey's Fresh Fish and Conch and Porterski Dock, stretching toward the Water and Sewage Corporation facility on East Bay Street. But when you look beyond the anticipated revenue, residents and business owners have numerous fears.
You say 80 parking spaces down the road. Well, no Bahamian parks down the road. You know that. So like in front of my office today, there were 15 RV vehicles parked on the sidewalk all day, blocking up the sidewalk. So parking here is a serious problem.
How is a deli serving food going to be allowed to operate next to raw sewage when you can't even walk over the Eastern Bridge?
So another thing, what is going to happen when they start to trench the area? We have conch, some boats coming with 10,000 conch, some coming with more. Okay? They store their conch out there. We have vendors who store their conch in the water. Out there it's going to be muddy. The water is going to be white.
No, ma'am.
How are we going to try to
So
we had it before.
When we go to property, there's always going to be a problem. We got to melt to progress as well as keeping the environment enough for our children and our children's children to enjoy.
According to Director of the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, Dr. Rihanna Neely-Murphy, the questions about traffic have been noted. As for the concerns about the sewage, she says the developer has been advised to remove the deli aspect from the project, as well as the added assurance that officials will look into the issue of raw sewer.
Once you dredge, once you start to drag piles in the water, you will increase the turbidity. That turbidity will be controlled to the area of the dredging using several methodologies. But if at any point in time the turbidity curtains or any of the mechanical curtains that they use to contain the turbidity are breached, construction, dredging, pile driving, everything will have to stop until those levels come back into the regulated levels. Okay, so it is not anticipated that you will see plumes and plumes of sediment and silt all over the place. That is not how this operation will work.
Also making news tonight, traffic investigators here in New Providence to assist their colleagues in San Salvador following a fatal accident on that island. We understand a 57-year-old man was traveling south on Queens Highway when his vehicle veered onto the eastern side of the roadway before crossing back to the western side, where it left the road and plunged 4 feet into the sea. Passing motorists saw the overturned vehicle and removed the victim. CPR was administered, but despite best efforts, he was pronounced dead by the local doctor shortly after 8 p.m. An autopsy will determine the victim's exact cause of death. All right, in the middle of the summer travel season, Americans are again being warned about visiting the Bahamas as the United States State Department renewed its travel advisory for the Bahamas just Tuesday. While there are no changes or risk indicators to the U.S. Department's Level 2 advisory, it has been updated to remind American travelers to remain vigilant, particularly in parts of Nassau and Freeport, where violent crimes, including armed robberies, burglaries, and sexual assaults, can occur. The advisory also urges visitors to exercise caution when using jet skis and other watercraft, noting safety concerns and reports of sexual assaults involving some operators. Possible deadly shark attacks and swimming risk also mentioned. U.S. officials also remind travelers that firearms and ammunition are prohibited in the Bahamas, and any violation can result in arrest, fines, and imprisonment. The State Department encourages Americans to always follow local safety and marine advisories while visiting the country. Well, the Department of Agriculture's Animal Control Unit increases its enforcement and prevention in hopes of mitigating the increase in dog attacks. Add to that, a public service campaign encouraging responsible dog ownership and their legal requirements, the implementation of fixed penalty fines levied to anyone breaching the Animal Control Act. And an amnesty period starts next month for dog owners to spay or neuter dogs. Now, the reinforcement comes as a young American boy sustained life-threatening injuries in Bimini yesterday after being mauled by vicious dogs. Weeks earlier, a 70-year-old man was seriously wounded after being attacked by a pack of dogs as he walked home from a shop. Here's Environment Minister, the Honorable Zane Lightbourne, on the issue.
We fully support the enforcement of persons being responsible for their animals. And where we have a stray dog population, the Animal Control Unit actually of the Ministry of Agriculture is responsible, and we liaise with them to make sure that we remedy that particular issue in any given area. Our main focus is the removal of animals after they would have died from dead animals from the size of the streets. But this is, for us, a very serious issue.
Meantime, the minister is urging pet owners to ensure their pets are properly contained, particularly in public spaces.
We ask persons to just cooperate and consider others. We live in a society where we don't live in isolation. We depend on our pet owners to do the responsible thing and keep their dogs, in particular, in this case, chained or confined to an area that is in accordance with the law. And where we find that this is not happening, we have the laws on the books, and we intend to enforce the law to its fullest extent.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
1, 2, 3, what you gonna choose? Strawberry swirl, caramel too. Cookie dough bite, brownies protein. Oreo crunch, make the whole team scream. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Swirl it, twist it, taste that wave. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Cinnamon toast on a cool vanilla. Chocolate base and the flavor gets bigger. Sweet on sweet, yeah, that's the fun. Better get one, better run, run, run. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At BOB, we take pride in our business banking.
My name is Olivia Paget. I'm the owner of the Stone Crab restaurant. I chose Bank of Bahamas as my financial partner because it's a local bank. They take care of all my financial transactions. The payroll goes through them. I describe my relationship with the Bank of Bahamas team as very friendly, really working with me as a business owner, and they are very helpful when it comes to giving advice on how to make these dreams reality.
The tastiest thing about soccer is sharing it with the whole team, just like the new Ready for Soccer. A delicious lineup of 16 slices and 4 flavor sections. Perfect for sharing from start to finish, even beyond the 90 minutes. Get your team together and dig in, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Marco's Pizza. Marco's Pizza. Summer never tasted so good.
Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large one-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal, 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza. Summer never tasted so good.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
When the doors of Persis Rogers' Home for the Aged opened, it was not simply to receive donations, but to welcome a message every heart longs to hear. You are remembered. As part of National Family Week, Ministry of Social Services officials arrived at the facility with cleaning supplies, bottled water, and other essentials. Yet the true offering could not be packed into a box. Director of Gender and Family Affairs, Sharmi Farrington, boasted about the importance of the country's precious pearls.
One of the things that caught my attention quite recently was when we saw the story in the news where the nurses and the hospital persons were coming out and said that elders were being abandoned or left in the hospital. That is of concern to the department. And so with our newly established family committee, we hope to be looking into issues like that so that we are able to address those issues and so our seniors don't feel abandoned. So we're here to share the love today.
According to the Home's Administrative Director, Laverne Stewart, the donations carry a deeper message, and that's that the lives of these seniors still matter.
When persons come into these types of facilities, institutions, sometimes they may feel that they are no longer remembered. And the community input is so very important to remind them that they are still a part of the community and that they're still loved and they're part of the family.
Well, we're going to keep those feel-good stories going, and for that, we're going to count on Swanson and Marlena to take us through it. What's up in Access Now?
Good evening, McCushla. You're looking great as always.
Oh, thanks, Swanee.
Well, we've got quite a bit coming up tonight. I think it's almost a bit about taking opportunities, taking advantage of the opportunities tonight. We've got a few stories talking about some job fairs coming up, and I don't know if you remember, we were talking about Alyssa Bain a few weeks ago. She went on an international academic competition, and she's come back with some medals. So we're going to be talking all about her journey and how she succeeded through that.
We also have 2 business women working in tandem with the SBDC, so just learning about their stories and working and just learning about and giving advice to young entrepreneurs in the Bahamas. So we got that coming up during our guest segment, and we also have a recap of the Commonwealth Games and CAC Games as well in sports.
Oh, well, quite a good fill there over there in Access Now. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Let's go.
At Frame Studio, as soon as you enter the door, we showcase any individual that comes in there and make it feel like they are at home. The space itself is 1,800 square foot. Our psych wall, which is industry standard also, is 24 feet wide. You can do anything that you can possibly think of. At Frame Studio, under our theme, Now Create More, we look at Frame Studio as a canvas, and any artist know a canvas is blank, and then you create whatever you want to do, right? So we have where you could rent tools. We even have workstations that people could rent out. To anyone inspiring to do what I've done, or what my colleagues have done, or any other journey, I would say to you, don't be afraid. The worst someone can actually tell you is no. So if you have a vision, you have an idea, not everyone will get it. But if you believe in your vision, you believe in your idea, I say go wholeheartedly at it.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
And that there does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Tourism Today. Bahamas Tourism Today. After the second week of the Nassau Goombay Summer Festival, Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, called on everyone throughout the Bahamas to enjoy this festive celebration of all things Bahamian.
This is an indigenous celebration of all that we are as Bahamians. This is like a homecoming in Nassau. And I've been here for about an hour. The music, the rhythms, the food, the fun, the audience participating in a real way. And we have several visitors here from, I guess, different parts of the world who are out here tonight. But there are a lot of Bahamians. This is a really wonderful outing. I see a lot of children. They have a children's corner for the children. But the food, and it's just a wonderful event for people to come on a Saturday or Friday evening. It's Friday evening tonight to enjoy themselves. Really a wonderful event. And Goombay Festival is happening not just in Nassau, but it's happening in Grand Bahama, in Zuma, in Long Island, in Eleuthera, it's in Bimini, it's all over the nation. We are having a celebration of who we are and what we are as a Bahamian people. And here in Nassau, it's probably going to be the signature event where we have out here hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people already, and it's not quite sunset yet. And it's really, tonight is going to be epic. I want to invite everyone, wherever you are positioned or stationed in the nation, go out to your Goombay Festival. You will not regret it. When that music hits you, and you feel that in your spirit, your energy, you can feel 10 years younger.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Access Now. We've made it to Hump Day. I'm Marlena Leonard.
And I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. with the light-hearted and human interest stories. A look at what's on the lighter side of news tonight.
But first, let's get our first look at weather with Diane Dorset. Diane, we're in the middle of the week. We have a holiday coming up. How are things looking in your neck of the woods?
It's looking like a typical Bahamian summer. There'll be plenty of warm weather to enjoy, but you'll also want to keep an eye out for a few passing showers and thunderstorms. But let's take a closer look. When we look at our satellite picture, we're seeing a ribbon of cloudiness stretched across the extreme northwest Bahamas, thanks to that frontal boundary that brought the rain these last few days and is now slowly making its way out of the area. Elsewhere, much of the country is seeing mainly high clouds because we've got high pressure and the Sahara that's keeping those showers at bay for now. Looking ahead, another mid-level trough is expected to develop over the northwest Bahamas by late Thursday, bringing a few showers, and even 1 or 2 strong thunderstorms could develop across parts of the area on Friday before that system gradually lifts northward by Sunday. Elsewhere in the tropics, tropical cyclone development is not expected for the next 7 days. Now looking at our 3-day winds forecast. In the northwest Bahamas tonight and tomorrow, we'll get south to southwest winds moving at 12 to 18 knots with seas at 3 to 6 feet. We'll get high tides at 8:47 this evening and again at 9:03 in the morning. In the central Bahamas, southeast to south winds moving at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. And then in the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds moving at 12 to 18 knots, seas at 3 to 6 feet. Therefore, boaters, you're advised to exercise caution. And then on Friday in the northwest Bahamas, as those systems move, we've got south to southwest winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet, a high tide at 9:42 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 3:45. In the central Bahamas, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. And once again in the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds the same at 12 to 18 knots with seas at 3 to 6 feet, and that caution still in place. It's time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
You're all over the town, you're chasing down every crack and crevice you own. You're all over the place, you're trying to roam. You're living a sweet thing at home. I don't care if you live in life for the key, if you live in town, this thing don't discriminate. I want you to know when come round.
That was your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance, and that wraps up your Access weather forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much for that great insight, Diane.
Yes, every time I see those international temperatures, I'm just a little more grateful, because it might be hot here, but at least it's not 101 degrees in Paris.
It might be bad there, but it always could be worse elsewhere. So got to be appreciative of what you have here.
And we have a beach, you know, you can get in the water.
Good to know we having a good weather over the extra long weekend, especially if you want to do some festivities and whatnot, partake in that. So, you know.
Looking forward to that for sure. Well, we've got a lot coming up in the show tonight. Our differently abled friends prepare for an upcoming job fair. We'll tell you how they're handling business next.
Student entrepreneurs host a trade show to promote their wares. The details are straight ahead.
And remember Alyssa Bain, the Bahamian scholar who jetted off to Prague earlier this month? Well, she's back home with medals and wins galore. We have the update.
And in sports, we've got more from the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland.
But next, we've got the Small Business Development Center in studio to highlight the opportunities available for small and medium-sized businesses. That and so much more when the Bahamas Tonight Access Now returns.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash, J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that?
Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again.
Amen to that.
Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Enter any Super Value or Quality Supermarkets location and you enter a world of savings with specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12 ounces, $2.39. Par Excellence Long Grain Rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Whole Chicken Wings, $1.79 per pound. Fresh Tomatoes, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg Lettuce, $2.49 each. Forget the GPS, drop the compass, and turn off the maps. If you're looking to shop and save, you're looking for Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Well, welcome back. You're watching Access Now. The Small Business Development Center, or the SBDC, has for years been an integral part of helping fund and support small and medium-sized businesses in the country. 2 of those businesses are Studio 8 Creative, whose CEO is Nori Arnett, and Luminescence Candle Company by Kamara Strawn. Welcome to Access Now.
Hi.
Now, can you tell us more about your businesses and the products that you offer?
Yes, so my name is Nori Arnett, and I own Studio 8 Creative, which is a web and design studio that tailors towards small businesses, entrepreneurs, corporate brands, as well as government agencies.
So a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Yes, and Luminous Candle Company is a soy-based candles. We make candle flower bouquets, jar candles.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's great stuff. So Nori and Kimara, we know the SBDC has played an integral role in the growth of your respective businesses. So just talk about how specifically the role the SBDC has played in just providing resources for you guys.
Okay, well, for me, I received a grant through the SBDC through the Women's Entrepreneur Initiative. With the grant process, it was relatively easy and especially insightful when it comes to Bahamian businesses. Right. And the grant has helped me expand my business into more so social media marketing and tailoring those businesses when it comes to social media content.
Right. Awesome stuff.
So I was a part of the Young Entrepreneurs Initiative. I also received a grant where I was able to buy products, equipment, office equipment, all things necessary in order to make my business to grow.
Awesome. And now, how would you describe the process itself? Like, what was it like signing up and applying for it, and any mentorship that happened during the process?
The process was relatively easy. It was an online application. All you had to do was fill it out. You need your passport and those relative IDs in order to get access to it. Then they would call you, and then they would tell you you were accepted. It was relatively easy.
And for me, I signed up online. For us, we went through like an online program where we learned about like running your business, all the back ends, your accounting, all that good stuff, how to put together a business plan. And once we submitted everything, we got our results or our answer back to let you know if you received it or not. Okay. And again, it was straight to the point and easy to follow.
And you guys have attained much success within your respective brands. So just what advice would you give to the young entrepreneurs who are out there listening to this specific segment? What advice would you give to them if they don't have the necessary resources or support that they need to get things off and running? What would you say to them?
I would first tell them to start. Just absolutely start. You might have the idea, but you don't have the resources or you don't know how to begin. Find a plan and begin.
And I would say to expand with your social media. Use social media like it's your Bible, like it's your playbook. Especially in this day and age, social media, as we see, grows businesses to its magnitude. And I would definitely say use social media, reach out, and get that outside help.
Yeah. I don't think people understand the power of, having your own brand on that platform. That you just, bypass a lot of things.
Now, I have to ask, how can people find you for your products or your services just before we let you go?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Studio 8, that's the number 8, Creative. And you can also find me on LinkedIn at Nori Arnett.
All right. Well, you can find me on Facebook as Luminous Candle Company, and also you can contact me at 810-0535.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. And of course, if you're interested, be sure to visit sbdcbahamas.com and follow at SBDC Bahamas on social media for more information. There's more coming up right after this.
Every drop has a story. Every milestone has a face. Today, we celebrate the people behind 50 years of service, sacrifice, and nation building.
At the corporation, we have developed a very different culture. And the reason for the culture difference is that this is not simply another job, another pay opportunity, something to do until you can do better. No, my beloved brothers and sisters, this is a calling to national service, a calling to building something greater than our individualism, a calling to making the quality of life of our Bahamian citizens better now.
We thought it fitting at the corporation, as we celebrated our 50th anniversary this year, to recognize those original founding employees of the corporation, because we certainly couldn't be here where we are at Water and Sewage today if we didn't come from the beginning. And the beginning is a tribute today to the 51 living employees that helped to transition us from a lowly department in the Ministry of Works called the Water Works Department to now what we celebrate as the Grand Water and Sewage Corporation.
I'm Betty Stubbs, and I work with the Water and Sewage as
26 years. Oh, I am very, very happy and proud that they honored me with this jacket, and I'm going to wear it with pride.
My name is John Munnings, better known as Ragnar. I work at the water and sewage for 39 years. The early days working to the water and sewage, we really used to use pick and shovel. And like Ms. Davis said, when Baco came along, that was I couldn't believe it.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
You're watching Access Now. Welcome back. Now, Swanson, we've been getting a lot of feedback about our competition at the end of the show, which, by the way, it's called Trashketball, apparently.
And we are trash, so it's on brand.
We are trash at this game right now. But people are asking what the score is. Should we tell them? Should we tell the audience?
It's not anything dramatic or insurmountable. It's 2-1 right now. I'm up 1 against her. In terms of our field goal percentage, we're not doing the best right now, but that's fine. Kobe Bryant, one of the most all-time scoring leaders, top 5. You know, he shot under 50% for his career.
Really?
He still went down as a legend. So I feel, you know, we just got to keep getting the shots in.
So we might make it to playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's our critics. It's harder than you think it is.
It's harder than it looks.
Bright light, this is
We've got
basically like
lights
playing
in
on
our
the Madison
eyes.
Square Garden. Basically.
You're so right.
Yeah.
But we definitely have to sharpen our skills. You never know if there's some Trashketball scout watching, ready to give us our big break. Well, speaking of opportunities, that brings us to our next story. Meaningful employment can provide more than a paycheck. It can restore confidence, autonomy, and opportunity. Those were among the key messages government officials, community leaders, and disability advocates revealed at a workshop aimed at helping people with disabilities prepare for the workforce ahead of an upcoming national job fair. Shaquille Dames explains.
Wednesday's job training seminar for the disabled proved that the Urban Renewal Authority pledges to take more proactive approach in helping Bahamians in every community. Urban Renewal Authority co-chair Reverend Dr. Diana Francis praised the initiative, saying it reflects the commitment to ensuring the vulnerable members of society are not overlooked and employment opportunities continue to expand.
She said we need to fight for those who nobody is fighting for and to be their voice. And so today we commend the minister. Let's go ahead and thank her for her vision, for her passion, and for her commitment to national development.
Minister of Urban Renewal and Community Relations, Honorable Lisa Raming, touted the workshop's design to equip participants with practical skills they can immediately apply as they prepare to connect with prospective employers at next week's job fair.
My expectation is that they will walk away from here knowing how to answer interview questions, how to dress for the interview, and to be participative in the workshop and using every skill that they've learned to bring it on the outside on August 6th when we have our huge job fair. You said that you've seen a shift. In the Employment Act, it states that out of every 100 employee, it is expected that each job select at least one person living with disability. That's 1%. 1%! How could that harm anybody? Just 1%. And so that's to me, that's an obligation on all employers in this country, not just the private, but also governmental agencies as well.
Bahamas Alliance for the Blind and the Visually Impaired, President Stefan Pitt, believes meaningful employment remains one of the most important steps towards achieving independence and improving the quality of life for the disabled community.
They deserve the right to earn a living fairly and independently. The average able-bodied person could barely sustain themselves. So someone without a job and with a disability is already at a disadvantage. So I hope this opens up a new door of opportunity for persons.
For many here today, this was more than just a job fair. This was the next step for independence and meaningful employment. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
Thank you, Shaquille. For some young Bahamians, summers usually leave behind memories with friends, internships that spur careers, and trips with family that are never forgotten. But for some young entrepreneurs, this summer sparked inventions, recipes, and dreams. Amaya Moss explains.
Inside the Ministry of Youth and Sports University Drive headquarters Wednesday, ordinary tables became windows into extraordinary possibilities. Every display carried its own fingerprint, from robots brought to life through careful coding to pastries baked with precision. The Apprentice Cam Trade Show marked the culmination of the ministry's Youth Summer Program, inviting all walks of life to witness what can happen when curiosity is given room to flourish. Acting Youth Minister, the Honorable Leon Lundy, emphasized how the initiative is more than learning a skill. He acknowledged it's about shaping character, opening doors, and ensuring young Bahamians are reminded that their greatest resource is the potential they carry within themselves.
It's a pleasure for me to represent the Minister Mario Bolag in here, and it's great to see young people coming together, working in groups in order to display some of their artifacts that they have, and it was great to get a display of some of the works being done, being taught some things, being shown how to fly a drone for the first time, actually. I think I did well.
For the young participants, the exhibition was proof that growth often begins with a single opportunity.
For me personally, I find this very intriguing and more or less something that I'd love to do just in general. So even though I'm getting paid for it and supposed to be a job, this is more or less a fun pastime at the moment for me.
If you had a button that fell off, you would have someone who could, like either your mom or your daughter, who can sew the button on. But now it's more of a lost trade. So I believe that it's important that we all try to continue the practice and even make homemade stuff for cheaper.
The most valuable thing on the minds of these young summer campers wasn't on the tables. It was the belief that the future is something they can build with their own hands. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Definitely some bright minds there. Thanks so much, Amaya. Well, speaking of bright minds, we first introduced you to Alyssa Bain when she qualified for an international academic competition. Well, now she's back home with 6 medals, unforgettable memories, and a story that's inspiring a nation. Our Matea Stewart shares more.
6 medals, 1 Bahamian flag, and a suitcase full of unforgettable memories. That's what 13-year-old Alyssa Bain brought home after representing the Bahamas at the World Scholars Cup Global Round in Prague, Czech Republic. We've been following her journey since she earned her place in the prestigious international competition just a few weeks earlier. When asked about her performance, Alyssa said this.
For the debate, I felt quite comfortable because in our first debate, we debated against a team from Kenya. The second debate was from Bulgaria, and then the third was from India. And we won all our debates, and then I felt very accomplished when I was the flag bearer for the Bahamas, carrying the Bahamian flag to step on the international stage, and it felt quite good. 2 of the gold medals were for individual writing and 1 was for debate, and the rest was a team collaboration medals. And I felt very accomplished when my name popped up on the screen in Prague, and I felt very good.
While the academics were challenging and rewarding, Alyssa says she also made time to enjoy the sights of Prague. Her mother says this achievement is only the first chapter of what promises to be an incredible journey, adding that for Alyssa, the sky isn't the limit. It's just the beginning.
Truth be told, it was a crying moment for me in Prague just to see a small country like the Bahamas on the big stage, and our daughter is the one carrying the flag. I know the team now is headed in November, Lord's willing. The next round is the Tournament of Champions that's going to be hosted by Yale University, Lord's willing, in November. So we're excited about that journey to see how that goes for her and her experience with that.
One thing is for certain, this young scholar has already made the Bahamas proud, and she's just getting started. And when asked what message she'd like to leave for the audience, Alyssa said this.
242 to the world.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Matea Stewart.
Congratulations again, Alyssa. You certainly have made us proud, and thanks so much, Matea. Well, stay with us. You're watching Access Now.
As July turns to August, smart shoppers turn to Super Value and Quality supermarkets for specials like Best Value Whole Kernel Corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Jacquard Vegetable Cooking Oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Boneless strip or ribeye steaks, $7.99 per pound. Turkey wings, $2.99 per pound. Sweet peaches or nectarines, $2.69 per pound. Forget the GPS, drop the compass, and turn off the maps. If you're looking to shop and save, you're looking for Super Value and Quality supermarkets.
You're looking at a shot of Montague Beach at midday in the blazing summer sun. That shot is courtesy of drone pilot Isaac Roberts.
Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The latest updates from over in Glasgow, Scotland at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Boxer Carl Heel not making it to the ring today after winning his opening bout. He was scheduled to fight John McConnell from Northern Ireland in their quarterfinal matchup. Heel suffering a lower body injury in that match that would allow him to not be 100%. Team physician Dr. Ricky Davis tells us more.
Was boxing, and while he was boxing, his opponent stepped on his left ankle. He had a slight sprain to the left ankle. We worked on it. It had swollen up overnight. We worked on it, continued putting ice on it, continued to work on it, but he was still having swelling and pain to the area that he was not able to stand on. It was decided by the doctor, his coach, and Carl that it would be unfair for him to go there and to not stand on his leg to fight an opponent that may cause harm to him.
The track Olympian and former world junior double champion Anthony Strawn moving through the first round of the women's 200 meters, finishing third in a season's best time of 23:52. That was the 12th fastest of the qualifying round. Olympic champion Stephen Gardner also competing. He would finish in 20:85 in his 200-meter heat, but he would fail to advance to the semifinals as his time was tied for the 19th fastest time of all runners. Capital is a partnership that is both dividends for both country and school, that being the Bahamas and the University of Miami Athletics Department, establishing a multi-year partnership back in 2023 to help promote sports tourism, cultural exchanges, and community events. Fast forward to 2026, the Canes basketball team here in the 242 this summer with lofty expectations for their 2026-2027 campaign, perhaps hoping to help guide them to a Final Four run is a son of the soil. Our intern, Natanya Hanna, has that story.
The Bahamas has become a destination for some of the nation's top college basketball programs, and this week, the University of Miami is the latest to take the court for a practice at Bahamar. But for Bahamian and UM General Manager L.J. Rose, this visit is about more than basketball. It's a chance to bring his program to his home country and give his team a first-hand look at to what the Bahamas has to offer.
Great. I mean, you can ask for a better situation. Being 20 minutes away, being able to bring the guys here. We plan on doing this annually. We're going to do some stuff in the community as well, and just let these guys know that, you know, it's more to basketball. It's a team bonding trip. We're not going to play anybody during this trip, but I think it's been very beneficial so far, and we, plan on just finishing strong.
For head coach Jay Lucas, he believes experiences like this help to build team chemistry while giving his players the opportunity to embrace a new environment.
You know, this was important for us because we have such a new team. We have 10 new guys. We only have 3 returning players. So I wanted to get away from Miami and come somewhere where we could be all together under one roof, get away from our everyday life, and kind of spend some time to really get to know each other.
With practices and games continuing at Bahamar, the Hurricanes will leave the Bahamas with a better prepared for the season ahead while taking home an experience that extends far beyond the basketball court. Reporting for Bahamar, I'm Natanya Hanna.
This installment in our Women in Sports series are Michelle Butler speaking with the woman who turned a medical diagnosis into a catalyst for a dramatic fitness transformation. Here's that story.
Hi, Jermaine. Yes. Yeah, we can do that. How many person?
Shauna Pitter and husband operate a successful tour business, among other entrepreneurial ventures. However, this was not the case amid her circumstances of 2020.
The first part of COVID, I should say, which should have been the February of 2020. My mom was in a terrible car accident, almost death door, and that shook us a little bit. Then COVID came. Became a depressing moment because tourism, which was our main focus for my husband, failed somewhat. So we were stuck, financially drained and emotionally drained. So I was diagnosed with anxiety by a doctor, and I was just in a dark spot. Shauna was eventually diagnosed as going through perimenopause. More bad news came after COVID, when during her annual, she was overweight and had a high cholesterol count. All of this prompted her to begin a physical fitness journey by joining a fitness group. I was feeling much calmer. The fatigue was dying out, so I realized that I needed to exercise more, put my health first, and then do a little bit more healthy eating.
Pleased with her results, Shauna wanted to add strength training to her routine.
12, 13.
In February of 2025, she made a bold move by stepping into what could be considered the lion's den.
Got this. 2, come on, bro. 3,
I said I wanted to try that. I was scared. I used to look through the window and see them, and they looked so tired and exhausted. And one day I saw Mark, who was outside, and he said, why don't you try the class? I'm like, it looks scary in there. You guys look really tired. But I tried Della, and I realized it was what I needed.
But on a fitness journey that became a lifestyle, she has no intention of stopping now. For Women in Sports Wednesday, I'm Michelle Butler.
Thanks, Michelle. That's been Look at Your Sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
And before we go, we want to encourage you to support children at the Bahamas Crisis Center. Tomorrow is Miracle Treat Day, and part proceeds from all Blizzard purchases will go toward a very worthy cause, the kids. So visit any participating Dairy Queen location tomorrow to help the Bahamas Crisis Center. Now, Swanson, which flavor did you get?
Oreo. Fire.
Oreo? It's good?
What you got, Virginia?
I just got the classic. It's yummy.
What did you get, Diane?
What did you get, Diane? Creme brulee. Oh.
Notice how she's normally be gone by this time, but she stayed back just for ice cream.
Okay. That does it for Access Now tonight. Good night, everybody. We've got a new team member. Come, let's try to get some of these in. Let's go. Come.
Get your Jack 3, the velocity, all that. Oh, next one. That's 3. Let's go.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Ennis. This is ZNS.
You and Your Money is brought to you by Sand Dollar, Faux Call,